Story time of how I almost got kidnapped for the first time ever. So basically, it was me and my cousin. We was both going to the big park. Now, it was me and my cousin and my brother. We're going to the big park. My mom was like, okay, you guys can go. Not that we're knowing that we're going to basically almost get kidnapped. So, we walk there, we get there. We're ready to have fun. We're ready to go play on the playground, make swings, make pictures, take pictures. We're ready to do all that fun stuff until my brother's bike just not working, right? So after it stopped working, we're like, okay, let's go back home so he can fix the chain. Not knowing that we brought him back, he's seen his friends, so he was like, oh, I don't want to go back no more. You guys can go by yourself. So I'm like, okay, cool. Me and my cousin can go back. So we left him there at the park with my mom and my siblings. Me and my cousin was finna go to the big park. Should never done that. So we was on our way going back. But my mom was like, oh, like the first time ever, she had never said this before. She was like, take something sharp. And I'm kind of like, huh? She felt it too, but she just thought it was like, one of those mom instincts. Like, take something sharp because like people are weird these days, like a lot. So I didn't have anything sharp except my water bottle and my phone. Don't recommend me. My phone's not on. My cousin's phone is on. Like, she can actually call without Wi-Fi. I can't right now. But we got there to the park. We should never went from the beginning. We got there to the park. We played for a while, and it was only sunset. Like, it was busy. People were still there until we started getting dark. And I'm like, okay. Mom told me, don't stay too dark because people like to play games. And personally, I don't like to play games with them. So we get there. Well, no, we're leaving. We're leaving the park now. It's like sunset now. It's like, like sunset, maybe like 7, then be like, 6, maybe 7. So we're walking until I see the car. Now, my cousin recommended that we called my mom before we started walking across the street. Tell her that we're on our way. We're not like still playing and stuff. So we called my mom. She's like, oh, what are you guys doing? I'm like, we're on our way walking. Not knowing that somebody was low-key ready to kidnap somebody. So we called my mom and told her that we're on our way, we're walking home. She was like, okay, stay on the phone until you get home. I'm like, okay, cool. So my park is literally across the street from my house. It's just along the sidewalk. So he was over there in the lane of coming out of our community. And for some reason, I just had a bad feeling crossing down that road. So we're on the phone, and I, switched my cousin from the other side of the road so she's not on the actual side of the road. So I switch her, and next thing I know, he just sitting there. Like, we start walking towards the part for me to cross the street so I can go home, and for some reason, he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. So he has been sitting at one point, and then we see cars go, and then they go, and then he's still sitting there, and no cars are there. So he's still sitting there, and we're confused. We're low-key like, I already have that instinct from my mother, like, always be aware of your surroundings, like, at all times, especially when you're a girl. So we're walking, and it's just me and my cousin. We're on the phone with my mom, and then we make a big, like, it's like a big part, like a big block before you get to the sidewalk, which is where my house is at. So we went around, like, we made a big U-turn because I already felt weird because he cut off his lights and just sat there. So I'm like, I'm not comprehending. It was low-key irritating because I'm kind of like, this is lifetime. This is actually time that somebody's trying to literally kidnap me and my cousin. So we're on the phone with my cousin, and he's just sitting there. But I'm making eye contact with the car to make sure that I keep my eyes on it. So the next thing I know, the minute we started to cross, he started pulling out. But he tried to block off the part that didn't make sense because it's not like we have to go straight. We have to go across. And he's sitting on the opposite side of the street, but just sitting there when he's supposed to be pulling out instead of trying to come in for some reason. So the one thing I realized that he was trying to come towards us is that I told my cousin to run. After I told my cousin to run, she started running. She's literally holding on to me. My mom, seeing my cousin's face, like, messed up running, right? Because she heard me tell her run. Not knowing that my mom is literally running after me in my cousin, and I don't even know that until after that. Well, he's running. Well, my mom's running, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, bruh, we're like running. Like, I'm so out of breath, and I'm in Crocs. Luckily, I had them in sport mode. But we're running, right? And he tried to make a big U-turn to the point he tried to, like, these are the two lanes you have to go out. So he's in the part that he goes out of the community. He tried to go like this and go back in to actually get us, which was terrifying. Like, I was so confused. So we started running, and the minute I realized that he was like intentionally coming for us, I told my cousin to run. And then my mom was already coming after us to like help us not be anywhere where the car is at. And on top of that, it was one of those cars that you go in Ubers, those blue ones. I'll put a picture if I can find it, but it's one of those blue cars, and it was just sitting there, like not moving. So we're back when we started running, and then he tried to make a big U-turn to come back. My mom runs after us, and then we actually get home. My mom was mad. Like, it was crazy. Like, my cousin was out of breath. I was out of breath. Like, we was running for like a good minute. And my mom's still on the phone, but she was frozen. Like, the signal went out. So we were just running home while this car is literally keep playing games. Like, why? Can I just go to the park and be in peace? Like, why? So we get home, and then we're okay. We're just low-key like, we're never going to the park again. When I end up going to the park with a friend. And you guys tell me if you guys want to know the second time I almost got kidnapped. Because that time was probably something I wasn't expecting, or probably should expect, but like, I should have expected, and I didn't. So, it was crazy though. It was really, really crazy. And also, it was low-key weird when he kept trying. He was bamming on his steering wheel, which was basically pathetic because you mad because you can kidnap children? Something's wrong with you. Which was low-key, like, terrifying. Like, I would never think, like, you would never think it would happen to you until it actually happened to you. And this was last summer. Like, this wasn't even now. This is not, like, this year. This was last summer in August. Yeah, it was in August. If not in August, it may have been, like, later than that. But that was low-key. Literally crazy. But that was crazy. Right now I'm doing, I'm mostly done with all my skincare. Now I'm just putting lip gloss and lip balm on. Now we're just going to use this. This, I should have got the other color, but I didn't. And it probably would have been very useful. But now I'm going to go in with this. Just give you that drop of pink. I hate when stuff don't blend out the right way. Like, it just irritates me. Let me know if you guys want part 2 of the second time I almost got kidnapped. So leave a comment, leave a like, and bye guys.